and welcome to episode 5 of Prison Architect with me, Spaghettikid. Now, last episode we fixed a couple of little problematic parts of our prison, and I also was going through the grants thing, which I've just been like looking at the recent updates to Prison Architect, and I found out these are actually grants included now in the base game, so they've added lots of these new grants to help you out in getting started effectively. So I'm going to utilise them now it's part of the base game, and hopefully that will be all good. I've just realised there's no lights in the staff room, so I'm going to put some lights in here, and that should mean I can see, or they can see, since they've been working in the dark. So I'm just going to have a look at what I've got here. So I need to build a few things. I've made a little list for me, and the things I need to build, I need to build a common room, a staff room, laundry room, a workshop, a classroom, solitary cells, and medical ward. Now, I've got a couple of these laid out. So, common room, I've already built the foundations for that. So I'm just going to quickly change a couple of things. So I'm going to dismantle this, and I'm actually going to go to objects, dismantle object, and just quickly dismantle all of them. And as soon as they're dismantled, just get rid of that so I don't start dismantling things accidentally. Where are all the staff? Oh, they're all putting the light bulbs in over here. Okay. So hopefully they'll start dismantling these, and I can start putting them in pool table. I can start putting them in here. So I think what I'm going to do is have four of them. I'm also going to get TVs, and I'm going to put quite a few TVs. Which way do I want to go? That way. So we're going to leave it like that for the moment, and hopefully that should be okay. I'm just going to go to rooms and reallocate this as a canteen. Okay, so we can tick off common room as something we need to build. So we also need a cleaning cupboard with what we've got, but we also need a staff room and a laundry room. So laundry room needs to be the same size as the cleaning cupboard. So I'm just going to go to foundations, and I'm going to build some foundations opposite these ones, and I'm going to make it 12 by 12, just so it's the same as this. And it seems like there's something missing from there. So paving stone. No, it is there apparently. Yeah, I think it's because of that. Okay. Objects. All these TVs seem to be the wrong way around, so I'm just going to quickly swap them around. So we've got 21 prisoners and only got space for 20. So eventually we're going to need to build another cell block just so we can increase our prisoner capacity a little bit. But for now, we should be okay. Now we have got quite a large amount of money coming in. So we've got 9,100 per day. And if we look at finances, days without incident is quite high, and that's a really good way of making money, by having a really successful prison. Even if you don't have many prisoners, it's better to have a smaller prison and not a smaller prison. Obviously bigger prisons are good, but it's better to have a small but successful prison than a large and not successful prison. So I'm just going to put a door in here, and that should make these foundations into a building. I'm also going to mirror this, so 12 by 12. Put that there. Pause it, go to objects, get rid of those lights. Put some proper lights in, not proper lights, put the lights in their correct places, let's say. And I'll go to rooms, and we wanted laundry. So laundry is really important because with laundry it means you can start employing people as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 people. You can start employing people to start sorting out all the laundry. So in here we're going to want a couple of things. So we'll have a couple of ironing boards, have some laundry machines, and at the moment we only want one laundry basket. Now it doesn't really matter where you place this because it will get moved around. It's a very awkward thing having laundry baskets. They have a tendency to break down and stop working. And I think these need to be plumbed in directly, so I'm going to just put some cables down there. Okay, so we've got all our laundry there, and we've had this building be built. So we're going to go to objects. So we've built laundry room, so I can tick that off. So we also need a classroom, which I think is what this is going to be. This is going to be a classroom. So we're just going to quickly put a door in there. Wait for the door to be put in. So it's taking a little bit longer than usual to build everything, but the reason for that is that we want to save some money if we can. So whereas we would normally have 8 staff working, we've now only got 8. Where are they? Jobs, staff. We usually got about 8 workers. We've now only got 4. We could put some more in, but we don't need them at the moment. So I'm going to not put them in at the moment, and I'm going to sort out a couple of other things. So we also need classroom. I can now designate, even though we're not going to put anything in it. I'll start designating it as a classroom, just so we know what things are going to be. So we also need solitary cells and medical cells. Our workshop are going to be these 2. So we're going to start with one. We may end up using the other one, but I think over here we can build two buildings, or we could build them up here actually, which I may do that instead. Yeah, I think I'm going to build a staff room here because it'll be better having a staff room towards the front, because it just will. We're going to have it down here. We can divide that down the middle. I think I'm going to divide this down the middle. So I'm going to put in... I'm going to go to storage. I'm going to undesignate this. And instead I'll put storage just as a big block down there. We don't really need to have anything special at the moment, but we can have a look at walls. We can go to planning actually, and we can look at how we can lay these cells out. So solitary cells only need to be 1 by 1, so you could have that with a door here, but I'm going to have them 2 by 2. Sorry, 2 by 2. Where am I? Okay, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to have solitary cells like this, and then I can have a medical ward here. So medical beds are 2 by 2, so you can have medical beds, so we can have that. I'm going to put a jail door on both of these, and I'll put solitary doors in here. Just wait for these to be put in. So we're only building 8 solitary cells. Now I was considering putting them at the bottom here, however we probably would want the cells. We don't want to waste space in the cell block, so we're just going to have all the cells. It's really weird. This is one thing I've always noticed is a bit silly with the game, is that cell doors at night you'll get lots of people trying to get in cells. So at the moment it's all these janitors are trying to sort out all the clothing so people have new clothes, which is good. So clothing's now satisfied. It's just hygiene, family, recreation. But that will all get sorted out soon, which is good. Okay. So, we've got laundry sorted, although we still need water actually. So we need to go to utilities. We'll get big pipes and we'll have it going up here. We'll have small pipes going to that. Just so there's no prisoners with the pipes there. So danger level is now gone up because of hygiene, but they will instantly all go and have showers. So, still some people sleeping apparently. No, they're all okay now. Okay, I think a couple of people, there's one person I think, which is having, well, 1 or 2 people that are having quite a bit of problem with satisfying all their requirements, so there always seems to be a couple of people that are in need of family and recreation and things like that. I think that's this person. Oh wow. He's waiting for solitary, so I think he must have... Oh wow, we do need solitary. I think he must have been there for the whole time and I haven't realised. So I'm quickly going to put in a solitary cell. Okay, so now we've got solitary, we can go to rooms, and hopefully this will fix things a little bit. So we'll put concrete floor. So now we have solitary cells. Wow, that was a bit silly. So now we've got solitary cells, we should be able to function a little bit better. Didn't realise that would cause so many problems. So we can go and get a medical ward. So that is a... where is it? Infirmary. And we can then go and get a brick wall and put a brick wall down here. And for the moment we're only going to get 2 medical beds because we shouldn't need more than that. But we're going to want a staff room, so this is going to be our staff room, I think. And I'm kind of glad I found that. So now I think we must have had a couple of people waiting for solitary that must have just been in permanent lockdown, which is a bit silly. Because that guy that was over there has been there for a couple of days. We're on day 12, and he must have been there for at least 5 or 6 days, probably. But we seem to be okay. We've got a fairly clean prison. If we go to deployment and jobs, we've got 6 people in each of these. We've got 20 people, so we can put a couple more in each. Just to give a couple more people things to do. And I'm just going to have a look at grants. So we've now got a medical ward, but we need 2 doctors. So I'm just going to get 1, 2. That completes the grant. However, I am going to sack one of the doctors because we don't actually need them. So instead, I'm just going to sack that one, and then I'm going to have 1 doctor, because you only need... well, you may need others eventually, but we don't at the moment need any doctors really, so we should be okay. So I'm just going to sort out lighting a little bit. So I'm going to put some lights in here, and then dismantle the rest of them, which should make this look a little bit nicer. I don't want to dismantle all of that, I just want to dismantle these lights. So for some reason the laundry basket's there. Bit weird. So I'm just sorting out these lights, and hopefully objects dismantle. Get rid of you. There you go. We'll put them in a slightly nicer place so we don't have annoying lights that are all over the place. Okay, so we're getting some cash flow in. And we can have a look at some grants because we've got quite a few grants available and we haven't really used them. So we'll start looking down from the top. So we've got prison maintenance. So this is going to require unlocking maintenance, cleaning, groundskeeping, a foreman, 2 janitors and a gardener. Visitation we can probably do. So we're going to do that. And that has unlocked and completed. So that's given us a bit of a money boost because we already had the visitor table and we had a common room, so that's quite good. Prison maintenance, we've looked at. Security chief, 10 guards, unlock patrols, assign 3 guards to patrol routes. So I think that one we can do as well. So now we have to hire 10 guards. So at the moment we've got 4. but now we have 10. What we can do is, if you go to deployment, we can then go on guard patrols. Now, what this will do, you can either set a room to be patrolled by a guard, so you can say patrol the canteen, or you can set an actual patrol. So, for example, you could do this and have a line, so that guard would then patrol up and down. But what we'll do is we'll do that. But actually it seems to require 3 guard patrols, so I'm going to not do that. I'm going to go on guard patrols, and you can see what the pattern is inside there. So we're just going to have him. So we're going to put this line, however you need to click once again and that assigns someone to do that patrol. So we still need another guard to do a patrol, so we're going to have a guard go from the shower all the way down to the bottom cell, and then we can click just to set him off on that patrol. And there you go. There, we've completed that grant as well. So we're getting quite a lot of money from all these grants now, but it's just making sure we've got everything in place. So we want to finish our staff room. I think I'm going to do that now. Although I'll have a look and see if we need staff wellbeing initiative. Build a staff room. Have at least 5 guards without assigned duties. Okay. So we need to build a staff room. So we've got a staff room, but it's not finished. So we need sofa, double sofas and drinks machines. So we'll go to objects, we'll go on, we'll zoom in a bit, wide sofas, and we can get a couple of them. I'm going to change that a little bit. Objects, wide sofas. Get a drinks machine, and there we go. So that is just there, but that should then build a staff room, which should satisfy everything that this requires. It does say ensure none of your staff are exhausted, so we're going to need to wait until all our staff are finished resting. I'm also just going to finish this like that, and they all finish putting all these in. Having lots of TVs just means one person will be able to stand in. When they use the TV, they literally just stand in it and look around. So you can have lots of them all next to each other, even though that probably wouldn't really work in real life. So this laundry basket seems confused. So we need to move this storage a bit, probably. So every once in a while check your electricity. If you notice that this red bar is really near the top, you may need to add some capacitors. If you do, just stick a couple around. I think you can put them anywhere, but I always put them in a block around here just so they kind of fit. And always make sure you've got a couple spare, just in case you build a room that requires a lot of electricity. You might need another power station or another block of power. So every capacity you add adds another block, so this bar shrinks effectively. Okay, so all our needs seem to be really well looked after now. So after that palaver of worrying about some people that were a bit confused, now we've got all these solitary cells, it seems okay. So we've got a staff room, and we've got rid of that grant, so that grant's all sorted. So I can now cross out a couple of things. So we've sorted out solitary, we've sorted out medical, we've sorted out a laundry room, and we've sorted out a staff room. So now all we've got to do is a workshop and a classroom, and then more cell blocks. So we've got quite a lot of money, and I think what I'm going to do is hire a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get a couple more workers, and I'm going to build a giant great block of foundation. And I'm going to put all of these down because I can. I've now got enough money from all these grants that I can very quickly increase the size of our prison and get a lot more people. It will be really beneficial having more prisoners because you get a lot more money in your prison. We don't want too many that it then causes problems, because as you're getting more prisoners you need more staff to look after those prisoners. So it's kind of a balance. You've just got to kind of keep increasing the size of your prison, however you've got to keep increasing the size of your provisions and facilities. So you may need bigger solitary cells, you might need bigger canteens and bigger visitation and things like that. But I'm also going to go to bureaucracy, and I'm going to get a couple of other things researched. So I'm going to unlock armory and dogs. Also going to we might as well get them, but we should be okay. Workshop, I think, is another thing we need to start sorting out. So now these are down, I'll get a jail door, put a jail door in. So hopefully these will just go into nice foundations. There we go. And straight away I'm going to get rid of all the lights. So it's silly that I get rid of all the lights, however it will be better because it will mean you've kind of got less objects randomly around. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure everything's okay. We've got a ton of lights now. Absolute ton of them. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to show the clone tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this left hand section. And this section. And what you've got to be really careful of is that you're actually cloning the right areas. So I'm cloning from here. And I should just be able to copy this down and do all of them. And then if I do the opposite, so I highlight that, I then need to put this here, but then I can straight away highlight this bit, and that should be right for that, which it isn't. So I've got this wrong. So I'm just going to try and do that properly. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so if I go to clone, I can clone that. I should be able to put that down. And then keep doing that down here. Yes, that's working now. So you've just got to be careful that you're doing it right, because if you end up putting something in the wrong place, it messes up a little bit. So hopefully our workers will all be on their way, putting in hundreds of toilets and things like that. It does have a bit of an overload if you do this whole one block in one go. I'm just going to lock this door open. And lock these all open actually. Get rid of that awkward line. Okay, so our prison's coming along quite well now. It's only been a couple of episodes, it's been a couple of hours, probably about 2-3 hours of gameplay, and we're coming along quite well. So there's all our workers are now on their toes, building all these cell blocks, but don't seem to be putting any walls down, which is really awkward. No, they should be. I think they're just putting in all the objects first. So we're going to sort out utilities really quickly. We're just going to put electricity down to the bottom, a large pipe all the way down to the bottom, and small pipes for the showers. And I think we're going to end here for this episode. So thank you for watching. I hope you had a nice time and learnt a lot. And let me know if you've got any feedback or any questions or anything at all. Just let me know, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like the video and subscribe if you want to see the rest of them. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.